How the gym and working out and taking better care of my health absolutely saved me when I went through a terrible breakup. So, I want to talk about this because I know people go through this all the time. I went through this in my younger years and I was just completely lost for months. And I was in a really dark area. I was in a dark mindset. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't excel at my job. And in fact, I showed up and I was just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do anything. And I know a lot of people go through this. I went through it. And there's one thing that I wished that I had when I was younger, which was somebody to talk to about this, or just a video like what I'm making right now to help reference that people go through this. Everyone goes through this. You're not alone. And I'm going to tell you why at the end of the video, why I'm actually happy that I went through this. But most importantly, I want to talk about what helped me overcome this point in my life that honestly you could talk to as many people as you want. You can go to all the therapy you want. And in reality, it's not going to do a fucking thing. It really isn't. They're going to get in your head and they're going to make you think about all this and that. And it's just, you got to take action and you got to get your mind off it. The worst thing you could do is sit at home, especially on the weekends, and mourn over it. And I did that. I did that for weeks. It sounded like years and it felt like years. It felt like eternity. But one of the best things that I did, and still till this day that I use for any time that I get into these situations, is I go to the gym. Because when you go to the gym, you're in a positive mindset. You're in a positive atmosphere. Everyone in the gym is going there to get something off their chest. They're doing something that is just going to bring them to a positive light and a positive energy. And that's what the gym's all about. It's about bettering yourself. It's about taking action, being in a place that you don't necessarily want to be in, and trying to put yourself in a positive area. So the hardest thing to do is get out of the house. You're just like, fuck, I don't want to do anything. I feel like shit. I don't want to talk to girls or guys, whoever you are. And you gotta get out, you gotta talk to people and realize that you're meant to go through these things. You're meant to go through this pain. You have to go through pain in life in order to grow. Anyone that's ever been through, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, that is older, they'll all tell you, and I'm telling you that as someone that's 37 and had done this many times in my life, and I kept repeating, I was like, why am I going through this? Why have I just dating, women that, I keep fucking up, or maybe they cheat on me or I cheat on them. And then you realize that it really comes from within inside of you, right? You maybe you're not picking the right women. You're doing, these vices where you're meeting them in bad scenarios. You're going out, meeting them at the clubs or the bars. And you start to kind of take a step back. Like when I went through my first breakup, I didn't even want to date. I didn't want to have sex. I didn't want to do a fucking thing. I was so depressed. I was so down and out. And now looking back, I realized that was all in my head. That wasn't anything else. It was just me. And I noticed the more that I got out, the more that I went out and talked with people and put myself in a social environment, things started changing. And so the easiest thing that people can do is just go to the gym. Because it's going to feel like shit in the beginning. You're going to go, I don't have any energy. That's bullshit. That's all in your fucking head. Don't think that. Go to the gym, get on the Stairmaster, or just go lift some weights and put on music. Because you have to take your mind off of what you're thinking about. And it's really hard to do that when that's all that you're thinking about. I totally get that. I know exactly how that is. But I'm telling you, this is what's worked for me and every single person that I have coached through the gym, through life experiences, and people that have gone through breakups. They tend to come to me. They're like, dude, Lauren, I don't know what to do, man. I've gone through this. And I'm like, I got you. I've done this before. I've went through all of it. I've done it. Cheated, you name it. I've done it. I've been there. Felt like I wanted to absolutely kill myself sometimes and never got close to it. But I know the feeling. I know the feeling when you're just like, this is miserable. You go to the gym. You start working on yourself. You start working on making you better. Because mourning over, why do they not want to be with me? What could I have done better? None of that shit fucking matters. You got to move on. That's just point blank. You have to move on. And in order to move on, you can't subsidize yourself to vices, which is drinking, smoking, going out and partying. All that does is put on the delay of you not bettering yourself. And that's what you have to do. You have to be a better version of the person that you were when you were dating that person. Because honestly, if you were a better version of yourself, most of the time, it probably wouldn't happen to you. And I think that when I was that person, in my early 20s, I was nobody. I was an idiot running around, probably a piece of shit most of the time, and that's exactly why, I got treated the way I did, and I treated the women the way that they were. So you have to make yourself better. And the ways that I still do that till this day is I read, I eat good food, I don't allow vices to get control of my mind and my mindset and capture my free time on the weekends. Like if all you're doing every weekend is going out and you're partying, when you should be focusing on yourself. I know exactly what people do when they're in their early 20s. I was one of them. And the way that I overcame all this was I started going to the gym. I started focusing on me. What can I do to make myself better? And time has a beautiful thing of slowly letting go of all that shit that was in the past. Time heals. Time is the most important thing. You need time. You need to stop talking to that person. You need to get your mind occupied. And the easiest way to do that is a gym membership. Planet Fitness is $20 a month. So you have no excuses to not go to the gym. Every single person can afford that that's watching this because you're on a YouTube, you have a phone, you pay a cell phone bill, you can go to the gym. So that's my advice for that. And when you start going to the gym, you're going to start noticing that every time you're done, you're going to go, damn, I feel better. That dude was right. And you know this. You know if you go to the gym, you're going to feel better. But you need that push. You need that extra push to go to the gym. So that's why I'm telling you, that's probably why you're still watching this, is because you need that motivation and you need that mindset shift. I guarantee you, if you do this a couple times a week, every day of the week, you're going to completely shift and transform your mind. And you're going to slowly get over that. You're going to start forgetting about that because I've been through a lot of painful shit in my life. Accidents, getting punched in the face, getting fired from jobs, being sick, food poisoning, robbed, you name it. I'm telling you right now, one of the most painful things I've went through is a breakup. It's brutal. Your whole life just completely freezes. And the fastest way to get over that is you got to start doing better for yourself. You got to start changing who you are to be a better person. The quickest way to do that is go to the gym. That's why all these hyper successful people that you probably look up to and idolize, more often than not, they're probably in the gym. They're not fucking around partying and drinking all the time. And they're literally focusing on themselves, making them a better person, because you're going to attract a better person when you do that. So that's what my whole life has revolved around, is always being a better person that I can offer to other people, helping people out, whether it's through gym, mindset, motivation, diet. And it's something that I practice every single day. So the better I can be for myself, the better that I can be to somebody else. And that's really, really important when you get back into the dating world. Because if you have nothing to offer, you're just going to get the bottom of the barrel girls who you don't want that shit. And they don't want a bottom of the barrel dude, or vice versa. If you're a girl, you don't want to fuck with some dude that barely has a job. He barely can pay the bills, and he's just going out and drinking and getting fucked up every weekend. That might sound fun, and there's an aspect of that you got to be careful. But that's not something that is going to last. That's not something that you want anyways. There's a million of those dudes out there, and chicks, and there's very few of them that are actually on top of their shit. So be one of those people that's on top of their shit. And if this is something that you're going through right now, man, I know how it feels. Drop a comment below if you're like, dude, I don't know what to do. I'm just feeling this type of way. Is it me? Was it her or him or her, whatever? And I'll give you the best advice that I have used to get myself over everything and what I've given to other people. And now, dude, you couldn't faze me. You couldn't fuck with my mindset. I cannot be broken because I'm in the best place of who I am. And I know that if something happens, it's externally out of my control. It has nothing to do with me. because I've been the best person and the best version of myself that I can be. So let me know what you guys think. Stay in the gym, stay healthy, like, subscribe. You know the deal. Later.